Hi, Genki Call here. It is the week of February 19th, 2024, and we are in Maugrim Woods this week. I want to mention something about Journey very quickly. I will do a separate video for the Journey event with teams, but there are a few things I want to point out. First is that this new weapon is here. You can get this in the Soul Forge, but get it in the Journey shop for your gems instead of spending your hard-earned diamonds. If you're going to be participating anyway, you can get it for free that way. Second is this new troop is absolutely awful. It's not going to loop very well. If you want to get the most out of the troop, you'd think that it would be the class for the kingdom, but you can't use that class. If you want to be Wargear, you have to use Spirit Walker class. So up to you. You may completely ignore the fact that it has a chance to loop and just not worry about it because it's barely going to loop no matter what, but wanted to throw that out there for you. Next is, before we go to campaign, the class trials. Little Kerberos, or Little Kirby is available, and I actually did all three of these battles on autoplay. I didn't even do it. But if you're going to do it by hand, be sure to cast Fenrir on the first troop, give them attack and life, and then we've got the Forest Guardian that gives the entire team a 50% mana start. Well, is it the entire team though? Are they? No. No? Okay, 3 out of the 4 of these are beasts, and we'll get a 50% mana start, and Sister Brodir already starts with 50% mana, so the entire team will be 50% empowered, which is super nice. Forest Guardian will transform purple gems to skulls, and brown gems to green. All allied beasts gain barrier, so 3 out of the 4 will get barrier. I didn't even do it, but if you do, cast Fenrir on the first one, make sure you have alignment for Forest Guardian, and should go pretty well, I'm assuming, since I didn't even have to do it by hand. I forgot to look at Underspire. I'm sorry, I don't have a team set up for that. Hold on a second. Alright, I've settled on this. I'm not using a hero because I have all of my classes maxed except for the new one, Nightweaver. Whatever it is, I'm not going to worry about taking my hero because there isn't a good weapon to take. There's not a good mana gen weapon, and so I'm going to be... I'm just going to run with Inari that will convert green gems to blue and drain their mana. It will feed Chironis, who will blow up the board and get extra souls. It's also a necromancer. That's very nice. But 1 soul for each purple gem exploded, and that helps boost the AoE damage for Judge of the Dead. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but that's what I've got for the moment. I don't like it. I don't like not having a second mana source for this, but I hate all of the weapons, so... Sorry, that's very negative. Well, whoops. Can I upgrade this? Oh, I can. Oh no, it's green. I'm not spending my green deeds on that. Alright, because Silverglade is a magic kingdom. Is it Silverglade? It's not Silverglade, my bad. It's not Silverglade that uses green, it's Zulkari. So I want to get Zulkari. I'm kind of rambling, I apologize, but Zulkari uses the green deeds, and it's a magic kingdom, so I'm definitely going to save them for this kingdom. After I have that maxed out at 20, then I will think about spending them elsewhere. But I digress. Let's get to the campaign. Lore. The 5th section of the tablet was actually with our staunch allies in Sword's Edge, preserved as an ancient artifact. We could really see the map taking shape now. Okay, let's head into the shop, grab your resources, Spoils of War. I recommend doing this every week. Get all 10 if you can, because every event key is a chance at a mythic, and we'll go over which ones you can get this week. Weekly event, grab the Timberwolf. I recommend, as soon as you're able to start getting as many copies as possible up to mythic quality. I did get some from buying tiers in the Journey shop, so it's going to be more than 14, but I did that before coming in here, so that saved me some glory. Anyway, you'll have a guaranteed level 20 troop when you need it for your power levels, and plus you'll get all of these other nice things as well. The glory keys, the gold, the trait stones, so important when you're low level. Anyway, so we'll do that. Now let's head in here and I'm going to go over the troop. It's actually pretty good. But let's go in here and go over what you can get this week and what you cannot get this week with your event keys. What you cannot get, Hatir Ascendant. You can get Hatir and Scroll, but you can't get Hatir Ascendant and you can't get Lunarelion. These two are in the Soul Forge only, as is Scroll Reborn. So these three you cannot get. The ones you can get are Hatir and Scroll together. Convert all green gems to lycanthropy gems, that's purple, and all yellow gems to doom skulls, summer, a winter wolf, or a warg. This is actually beautiful to run with Forest Guardian because all of those purple gems that you just created, the lycanthropy gems that I so hate, transform them all to skulls and brown gems to green. It's just, I have a video on that. I will link it at the end. You have to really think with this team, but it's really fun if you like to stop and take your time with things. I use it for PvP. It's really fun for me. Anyway, next up, Wolfgarrick. He's not bad, actually. Well, he's not great, but he's not terrible. Damage to an enemy boosted by Wargear. Allies, if the enemy dies, devour a random enemy. So, here's the dealio. You get them down into kill range. You cast with Wolfgarrick, and he's going to kill not only that troop, but a second troop as well, as long as that other troop is not immune to devour. Now, if they're cursed or stunned, they're fair game. But otherwise, you gotta know that there's a chance he won't devour. And he's impervious to devour himself, so that's nice. Forest Guardian, purple gems to skulls. I've gone over this. This is like the third time I've gone over it. Beast allies, 50% mana start. Really like this troop a lot, running with beasts, and plus it's a really fun mana converter. No, I love the skull skip spamming, so you will not be able to get the Hellgate troops or the Moon. Hellgate troops are available in the Underworld only, and then the Moon is only available in the Vault. But next up, as far as legendaries go, we continue with Kerberos. He does damage to an enemy with a 40% chance flat rate to devour them. Even if he's webbed, he can still devour them. And he has a 50% chance to summon a warg. So we'll be sure to go over the warg in a moment. And then he's also a necromancer. So extra 50% souls from the battle. You know, if you earn the souls, you can get up to an extra 50% souls. Krampus, I hate. Deal damage to an enemy and submerge them, or devour them, or transform them into a demon and knock them to the back. I hate these either-or things. Unless you can choose, I do not like the gimmick. I don't like not knowing what my troop is going to do. The randomness bothers me. It's a pet peeve of mine. And 5 damage to a random enemy when matching red gems. I will never, ever, ever use this troop because I hate it. Anyway, that's just me. Ancestor Brodeer, pretty good for creating blue and green gems. I mean, that's 16 gems that he's going to put on the board. And he also summons, which is super nice, and is 50% empowered. Honestly, he's probably how I survived on autoplay in the class trials. I can't remember Barbarius. He's okay. Next up, can't use that. Fenrir. Give an ally attack and life. If they're a beast, give them double the effect. It can be devastating at high levels, but you know, if they're high level. Inari, absolutely recommend trying to get Inari if you don't have it. It's one of those empowered mana converters, green gems to spirit gems. Spirit gems are blue and they will drain mana from your enemy. They can backfire, so make sure that you have match 4 alignment before casting, and be best if you can blow up the board afterwards as well so that they can't use those against you. Let's see what else we have. Keeper of the Past. Blech. Blech. I already went over that kind of. Timberwolf. I didn't go over this. I actually like this. Explode all brown gems. Gain armor a bit. Blooper! Gain armor boosted by brown gems destroyed. So 1 to 1, you blow up 10 gems, you get an additional 10 armor. He has a chance to dodge skull damage, which means that you can stick him up at the front of the team if you so wish, and 33% skull damage reduction and 25% spell armor or spell damage reduction. So he's not terrible. He's really not, and he's a glory troop. So I think he's going to be very, very useful. Especially if you haven't made it to the underworld yet and you don't have access to Sharonis. Yeah, it's nice to have another troop here that can gain you some mana. No, nothing with Moonsinger. Moonsinger is another really good empowered mana converter. Purple gems to green and Hunter's Marks the first enemy, so all that awesome double damage from skulls. Love that. As long as it's not being used against me. Nah. Spirit Fox is also empowered. Drain mana, only 7 mana from an enemy. Remove all yellow gems. You don't get any mana out of it, but neither do your enemies. And do a little true damage boosted by the gems removed. So you remove 5, and you'll get an additional 10 true damage because it's a 2-to-1 ratio. Next up. Is that right? Did I? Wait. I may be losing my mind. So Spirit Dancer is good. Transform a selected mana color, any color you want, to green, and she summons. She also summons a Leaf Storm anytime an ally summons a troop, and so anytime she summons, you're going to get a Leaf Storm, which won't feed back into herself, but usually will feed. Well, it will feed her summons, which is a Spirit Fox. Which we just went over. The War Gear, I promised to go over this. I'm sorry, the Warg. The Warg. Damage to an enemy boosted by souls collected and gain 10 souls. And Cockatrice. Cockatrice is actually really, really good. It can be. So, entangle an enemy, drain all mana from them, create 6 brown gems boosted by the mana drained. Oh yeah, I messed up the boost ratio. It's not double, it was half. Not double, it was half. 2-to-1 is half. 4-to-1 means 1/4. I don't know. I'm so tired. Bonus yellow mana from yellow gem matches and double skull damage versus entangled enemies. It itself is immune to entangled, but he's very, very useful if you are lower level. I used this for Guild Wars when I was low level, and it was very, very helpful for me. Kitsune, I don't think does anything. Yeah, Kitsune is pretty much nothing. Totem Guardian is only really useful because it barriers all allied war gear. And, you know, you get a little bit of whatever color you want. There's a chance to loop if you choose whatever color there is most of on the board. There's a chance that you can loop with it, but it's the barrier that's really useful. And that's about it for that. So next up, let me see what we've got going on. Weekly events. I feel like I'm forgetting something. That is the wrong thing. Bum, bum, bum. Let's see. Weekly events. So tomorrow is Tuesday. That means we have the Hellgate Faction Assault. On Wednesday, we have Lupin, I think? Little Lupin or something like that. On Thursday, we have Warden Class Trial. Not the one that makes you a war gear. It makes you a beast. And then this weekend, a light at the end of the rainbow. A light at the red treasure at the end of the rainbow. I'm mixing up my metaphors. Anyway, we have Vault Weekend. Vault Weekend is coming. Also, this is the last chance to spend your golden holiday. If you didn't spend this, you can get an little extra fortune. You can spend anything you didn't spend during the week. And I'm just going to get the extra gem key. I didn't spend my golden bell, so there we go. I believe that's everything for now. I'll be back to you with your Soulforge video and your journey video. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you may be, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!